All right, we're good. We're here. We're all set. No Monster Hunter Wilds benchmark tonight. We're good. We're here. Got thrown for a loop. My guy Philly dropping some info on us, and I needed to make heads or tails of what on earth it meant. I was confused. I was concerned. But happy time zones. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Pleasure to see you. Pleasure to be seen by you. Phil, what's good, my guy? Again, that whole, like, right before we start, Philly, my guy, I just, I'm getting ready to, like, go live, and then you drop that, and it sent me for a friggin' loop. I was like, what on earth, like I said, like, fact or fiction, not that I doubted you or the validity of it, because, you know, it's the first I'm hearing of it, but I was just like, what does that even mean? Like, I was just so caught off guard, dude. I was like my brain's like trying to pass a turd. I'm like what? Brim, what's good? Also, why not do daily Monster Hunter benchmarks? Like I said, it came up in more than one place, so I thought I'd no, like, for real, dog. Like, all joking aside, I appreciate it, for real. It just, yeah, it caught me totally off guard. I had no idea. Arcadia, what's good, man? Hope you're feeling better. Phil, I hope you're feeling better. Faux show. But we gotta get busy living or get busy dying, right? That's what we're doing. It's not the Shawshank Redemption, but sure ain't got the flu. Bummer, dude. Bro, go sleep. Go cash out. Chug a bunch of water. Go cash out. We've downgraded from all the symptoms to just congestion, coughing, and a headache. Damn, dog, that was a quick fucking turnaround. Good for you. Send some of them good vibes Phil's way, would you? Yes. Lightning Numa, just as a report said. Although we call this structure a beacon due to its form, it's in fact a magical device. By manipulating the balance of elements, it keeps the isle airborne and maintains the climate thereupon. In the course of its operation, it often sees an internal shift towards a given element. Right now, the element is lightning, which draws the Numa here to replenish their ether. It appears Meteon is busy. Would you care to assist me in her stead and feed the Numa? I don't think I've got that one on the rotation currently. Do I? No, I don't think that's in the... It's not in the current emote rotation. Yeah, I guess that'll kind of do the trick. Numa represent. Ah, there it is. Yeah. Wait a minute, or do I? Is that in the current rotation, or do I have... Or is that on, Or whose is that? Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot, dude. For whatever reason, like, I wish... Because, like, with Twitch chat, you know, everything's tabbed. Like, you got your favorites, you've got your 7TV, you've got Frankenstein's, whatever, BTTV. Like, I wish they would just pool everything into one. Like, that's it. Just pool everything. Like, oh, there's your Twitch emotes, there's your BTTV emotes, there's regular emoji. Just pull everything into one. And if there's a plugin for that, I would love to know it. By using this lightning converger, you can harness ambient lightning and focus it into a ball. A veritable feast for our dazzling friends. Hey, Orange, good evening, buddy. How are you? Go on, give it a try. You're just in time for some convergence, I think. Or something along them lines. We gotta get close, right? Oh. Or converging. And scene. Can we get 2 for 1? Maybe, I don't know. I mean, we didn't get both, but we're still doing some converging, for sure. Hope you had yourself a good Wednesday, bud. Welcome back. Good to see you. Youngblood not having school already tomorrow? I'm just... The snow up here, it's not supposed to... laying out some farm feed. Yeah. Numa is also a sage ability. Oh, okay. No shit. Death God, how are you, bud? What's going on? Youngblood, no school for him tomorrow already. I'm jealous. I'm going to be driving home in some schmuck. It was very productive. Good to hear, dude. Mine was very busy. Perfectly done, Vance. Look. See how they gather to feed, how they express themselves through their actions despite their lack or words. Speech is not the sole defining characteristic of a thinking, feeling creature, nor is silence an indication that they do not possess these qualities. Keecha, good morning, bud. Appreciate it. Be it a soulless arcane entity such as the Numa or an ephemeral life form such as the Pataloda, all seek to perpetuate their existence, to survive. I know they said that she was an entity, but... A good question. I can answer it from a theoretical standpoint, but it ultimately falls to the Bureau of the Architect to pass judgment. An itchy beak again? Yay! Those with exceptional vision, such as Hathlodeus, may be able to ascertain her true nature, like this itchy nose from whatever I've got. But to me, it doesn't matter. She is herself, and that is all I need to know. He just always looks so sour. Oh, you finished already? I'm sorry. I was in the way. Not to worry, my dear. They missed nothing of note, and we still have plenty of work for them to observe. Next, we will head east to the Morning Dew. I need to speak with some observers there. It was a great word for breath or soul. Ah. Oh yeah, he'll love it. Mrs. Neo's gonna work from home. You know, granted, she'll be occupied, but he'll get to watch TV and play video games, and you know, like she's able, you know, she's got some wiggle room when she works from home. Like her office is across the hall from me, and then we have another living space down here in the basement. So he'll be playing the Switch and he'll be watching whatever, some TV. It'll be a true snow day. And then when she gets off of work at like 2-ish, they'll go out and play in the snow, dude. Back in middle school, we had a week of snow days the week after winter break, so we were off for like, what? Love how he just has the robe on over his armor. What a goober. Facts. And now we're just sleeping.
Amazing, is it not? The Ampelos, one of our newest subjects. So, how are we coming along?
Oh.
This place is Elpis. Those flowers. Elpis.
Excuse me.
Entelekis. Like me.
Entelekis. She's a high Entian. What she is.
They are a product of Elpis, and so named
yeah.
their birthplace.
Gesundheit.
A happy accident, born of the hands of a former researcher who loved beautiful blossoms.
Who's the former researcher?
Unique for how they change color, to reflect the emotional state of those nearby. Though be it here or elsewhere, they are seldom seen in any hue save purest white.
reflect the emotional state, you say? By what means do they achieve this?
In creation, there exists an energy wholly apart from ether, one driven by emotions. In like manner to how we manipulate ether, this flower is subject to the influence of said energy. Well, it has no will of its own. It is sensitive to the prevailing emotion in the vicinity, and reacts by altering its color and vibrancy.
Akasha? It is one of the unseen energies defined by Harnish alchemical theory. Though a gross oversimplification, some describe it as an essence influenced by feeling.
Mojo. Vibe.
Akasha. Though I'm not familiar with the term, your description suggests it is the self-same energy. Dynamis, we call it. And those entities like the Elpis flower that have the ability to interact with this energy, converting emotions into tangible phenomena, are Antelekis.
Bless you.
That's me! That's me! An Enteleki!
Gesundheit. It must be all the
That you are,
pollen.
my dear. And no ordinary one at that, but the first possessed of free will.
It's so corny, but I love it.
Wait. A form of energy other than ether? Dynamis?
That's our server.
I've never heard of such a thing.
Hardly surprising. Dynamis cannot be seen, much less felt. And though its existence has long been theorized, we had no proof until the flower's serendipitous creation. What's more, Dynamis is far weaker than ether. Under normal circumstances, its effects are drowned out by the latter. On account of which, beings comprised of and reliant upon the ether, like you and I, are unable to make practical use of Dynamis. 'Tis a truly esoteric thing, known to but a select few scholars.
Intriguing. Then, given the limitations you described, why create Meteon?
Our star, Aetheris, is especially rich in ether, so much so that its name is derived from it. However, when we consider all energy in existence here and in the vast space beyond, Dynamis may account for as much as 68.3%. The more abundant form by far. Were we able to control it, we could open the door to limitless possibilities. 'Tis not unlike a gently flowing stream, unable to break through the dam of ether barring its path. But if we could imbue the stream with the vigor of a raging river... Not that I have such grand ambitions.
No, of course not. Clearly.
Nay. I merely wish to create a being that could traverse the great expanse. The relative scarcity of ether beyond the bounds of this star was a concern. And so, I looked to another source of energy by necessity.
That being Dynamis. No wonder her ether is so thin.
Precisely.
Yours is thin too. Like an Enteleki.
Bless you.
Like me. So, are we the same? Entelekis.
Gesundheit. I'm so sorry. It's so fucking cheesy, but I love it. It's so good. I can't lie. No, like, you didn't ruin the word, but it's like, you know, my fucking adolescent brain over here. I just can't get it out of my head. I'm sorry. Let me catch up. Handsome Dan, what's up, my guy? Why does his head look... Which one? I'm sorry. Our character? Hefe, good to see you, my guy. Handsome Zach, what's good? Check out our good friend Jeff, our good friend Zach. Wonderful, wonderful streamers. Great people. Dude with the mask. Oh, okay, yeah. They are, like, we're super duper tall in this instance, but usually they are 20, like, legit. Somebody, I think Orange looked it up last night. 20 feet tall. They made us the same size, so there's not such a discrepancy. 20 feet. We are monsters. Sure, I don't see why I couldn't be one. Well, I have been known to transcend my limits with nothing but determination. If I'm thin, it's because Emmett Selk didn't do a proper job. Oof, let's throw some shade. Let's do it.
Well, aren't we ungrateful?
No!
I should revert you to the pathetic, faded thing you were.
I mean, had to troll a little bit. Having a beverage, picking away at a few emails. Right on, man. Hope work's been treating you well. Hope the beverage is delish. Could give me a few extra feet. Yeah, man. I mean, like, my tallest uncle, my tallest cousin are like 6'5" and 6'6". I made it to 6 feet, which is, you know, pretty good considering my old man is 5'5". Work is slow. Dan, you just need a few inches. I bet you do.
Alone does not an Endwalker make. That's what she said. It would, however, make it easier for you to interact with Dynamis. And limited though its influence may be, this quality could prove the difference between victory and defeat. You do well not to underestimate it.
I'm glad it slowed down for you, Jeff. With, you know, snow on the horizon, Mondo busy. He's a sleepy boy.
Oh dear. I'd forgotten about the poor fella.
Oh
You
dear.
must excuse me a moment while I go and verify a few more things.
Raph, what's good? Are you playing if you don't troll Emmett? I mean, I don't usually go with like the troll. I mean, there's been times for sure throwing some sass around, but not usually. But that one felt like in the mood. You're by yourself on the counter again too? Why did your help quit? Like post Ironwood leg gear coffer. Not that I or anyone else would be able to make use of it, even if we knew. But it irks me to discover that there's an entirely different form of energy, and no one told me. That personal annoyance aside, Hermes' knowledge is undeniably impressive. Given that there are none among the 14 who specialize in the Celestial, he would be a welcome addition. Assuming he can be persuaded to join, that is. I still can't understand his hesitation. What do you specialize in, and why did you join the convocation? Oh, you wish to know why Emmett Selk was chosen for the convocation? I should be glad to share the tale. It began when... Not another word. Lest you've forgotten where to learn about Hermes, not me. My misspent youth is not your concern. Very well. He was just like, oh no you don't. Don't do it. Laid him off last week? Woof! Gonzo. Smell you later. Was he stealing and drinking on the job? And then Emmett are basically SpongeBob and Squidward. They're like, they're Fred and Ethel from I Love Lucy, for sure. My apologies for the wait. I've inspected the Ampelos to my satisfaction. All is well with the creature, and I dare say it won't be long ere it is released unto the world. No, Neo, those are my coworkers that do that. Well, can I just tell you, like, in regards to, like, stealing at work, so we have this thing called the wing bar. And it's basically a bunch of fried cooked foods, right? You come in, you pay by the pound. Chicken nuggets, mozzarella sticks, whatever. They cycle through a whole bunch of stuff. The number of people that I have heard of, like in the multiple locations I've worked at, getting fired for stealing from the wing bar it blows my mind. There are cameras like, you would think it's friggin' Fort Knox of like fried foods, and people steal from it as if they're gonna get it, like, and it's bonkers. Just stealing. It's nuts to me. 6 months and still couldn't add any parts to repair orders? Woof. You get promoted at my workplace for doing that? Dude, it's so wild. 6 months and still couldn't. So now will you just kind of like put the feelers back out there for more help, Jeff? Another creation, however, reportedly isn't faring so well. Wait a minute, that's the word that Charabdis. Dude, that's Monster Hunter. That's meteor, right? Charabdis? Like, that's the meteor that Behemoth would call down, isn't it? Charybdis. Sorry. But that's it, right? That is what we shall tend to next. The tornado. Oh, okay, my bad. I mean, at least I drew a parallel. Feels pretty good. If you would follow me, my friends, we shall return to the main isle and head north. Yeah, I'll get through the next few months by myself and I'll start looking again. Damn, dog. I'm sorry there's such a friggin' turnover. That sucks. I mean, I guess on the bright side, though, it's nice that it happened in, like, you know, what's the slower season for you now, right? Because it's not, like, in the throes of before winter. A sea monster from the Odyssey. Dude, I'm telling you, if you want an epic, like, 26-minute chill out, and it's called The Odyssey by Symphony X. It's great. It is fantastic. I would recommend it to anybody. And it's literally the tale of the Odyssey. It's just, oh, wow. It's a bunch of Rayquazas. I understand there's a problem with one of the Charybdis. Yes, that's right. As you know, the Charybdis is based on a sea creature. Owing to adjustments to enhance its affinity to wind, it is capable of flight. The specimens created from the concept could all fly without issue, but a problem arose in subsequent generations. That one's neon. This third-generation creature was born with an etheric balance leaning strongly towards water. Its aquatic origin reasserting itself, it would seem. The results being its affinity to wind is diminished, and it cannot fly no matter what we try. We can't get it to rise even the slightest bit. For such change to manifest in so few generations, I fear they are too unstable, flawed. With your permission, I will revert the creatures and recommend to the Bureau that the concept be revised. With its etheric balance leaning towards water, the Charybdis would indeed struggle to manipulate wind. Yet it is too early to conclude that it cannot fly. Having failed at first, it may simply have developed a fear. I shall transform and fly with it, helping it to manipulate wind until it finds its wings. What? You needn't go to such lengths. I'm like, You don't know? But of course not. Transformation is an art in which one manipulates a vast quantity of ether to construct another body around itself. In practice, this allows one to assume any conceivable form and thereby transcend the limits of one's flesh. Yet convenient though it may be, transforming in the presence of others is considered vainglorious in the extreme, and uncouth and unseemly as running about robeless, shameful. Am I to understand you make a habit of this? Nothing of the sort. It's just that when transformed I can wield the wind and fly. It may seem excessive, but what is our shame next to the lives of these creatures? They deserve a chance, and we owe it to them to do all in our power. Be that as it may. Yes, I believe I have a solution. Emitself, may I trouble you to move that Charybdis away from its fellows, somewhere out of sight? Meanwhile, I'd like the rest of you to help me prepare here. What mischief are you scheming now? No mischief, I assure you. I would but spare you need to report to your colleagues that Hermes committed an indiscretion. So have a little faith and run along. I trust you don't mind. Yeah, boy. It's funny that Emmett calls transforming akin to being robeless when he transforms to fight, to his boss fight. It's true. Noir, good evening, bud. How are you? Why did you give it flight? It's nightmare fuel already? Dude, all I see is Rayquaza. That's literally all I see. Especially the green ones. The blue one, however, that thing was a little funky looking. That funky Cole Medina. Emmett Selk is out of sight. Good. Let's speak of the plan. It's a stroke of genius, really. We have Emmett Selk train the Charybdis. Aside from being able to fly untransformed, he can readily see ether currents. And with his adept spellcraft, he can also employ suitable wind magics to guide the creature along. While he is indeed capable of all you described, it is not his duty. I am loath to trouble him with it. Don't be. As I mentioned, it would also be for his own sake. With that settled, let's begin at once. Vance, I want you to go to Emmett Selk. Tell him that you have a favor to ask. He will be disinclined to cooperate at first, but you mustn't be discouraged. With our friend, the trick is to be flaggingly persistent. Off you go now, and good luck. Chat and emo. Oh gosh. Okay. I have a favor to ask. Yeah, it's already all set. We're good. Dude, Gallblade, that's exactly the compare. I was like, oh, I know that word. I've seen it. I mispronounced it, but I've seen it. Came at a good time. Noir, dude, we are in hold on. Wait a minute. No, don't tell me. Elpis. I remember when we heard it not all that long ago, like not in the last 2 streams. I made the joke that I had to take an Elpis, and I did. My favorite place, it's probably right up there as my favorite spot so far in Endwalker. It's gorgeous. It's absolutely beautiful. Well, are your preparations for the scheme that is clearly not a scheme complete? Right, I forgot, so my bad. Nope, that didn't happen either. Oh, no. Oh, but it has to be in say mode. I'm sorry. Say! God damn it. Didn't we used to be able to just, like, click it? I have a favor to ask. Uh-oh. Have a favor to ask. No period. No question mark. Did I get it in one? Sure did. Oh, no you don't. I'm not lifting a finger. Ugh. I don't know what Hathlodeus is up to, and I will not be made to know. I refuse. If Hathlodeus is to be believed, relentless insistence may serve to wear down the ever-weary Emmett Selk. Please, Emmett Selk. All right. Dude, I didn't do a capital P. They're gonna... It's case sensitive. Please, comma, Emmett, hyphen, S-E-L-C-H, right? Yeah. Got it in one. We're 2 for 2. It's gonna be a good night.
No. You are not foisting this nonsense on me.
I'm given to understand you have the power to help the Charybdis, and should be quite willing to do so. And so I appeal to your better nature, most benevolent Emmett Selk. Please teach her to fly.
Comma and a hyphen. They hate the players. Yeah.
Transform. Right now.
Story and plot was probably my favorite of all of 14, though I was never really super invested in 14's plot before.
There's no need to go quite
Dude,
that far.
like everything post A Realm
Altruism is the same
Reborn,
reward, as I'm sure he would agree.
like the last couple of quests leading into Heaven's
would
Ward.
he now? And who contrived to put me in this position, pray tell?
Heaven's Ward was goated. Post Heaven's Ward was goated. Shadowbringer's goated.
I merely
Stormblood,
suggested a possible course of action.
super mediocre.
Please, Emmett Selk. Please.
Can't say no to the kiddo.
I've come all this way to play nursemaid to your creations. I'd thank you to remember this favor and let it be the last.
Whoa.
I will aid it once it has taken to the air. It falls to you to shepherd it skyward.
Bro, can I get that as a mount?
Well, let's relax and enjoy the spectacle, shall we?
Absolutely. Oh, you can collector's edition. Oh. Thing's gnarly. Can you get Rayquaza too?
You were wondering why Emmett Selk joined the
Red
convocation.
one?
Truth be told, he wasn't the first choice for the office. I was, on the strength of my ability to see ether. But I declined the offer. For though my vision is exceptional, I am pedestrian in all other aspects. Worse even, quite abysmal when it comes to manipulating ether, for example. Couldn't transform even if I had a mind to do so. What good is the ability to perceive a problem if one cannot act to address it? Emmett Selk has no such shortcomings. He excels in vision and manipulation both, the latter to an extraordinary degree.
Yeah, no shit.
If there
We
is a mage
experienced
more
some of that.
powerful, I do not know of them. Thus did I recommend him for the office in my stead. And I wasn't the only one. Far from it. Countless others vouched for his skill and character. People the world over, to whom he had previously lent a helping hand. Oh, how surprised he was. Claimed he hadn't done anything remarkable for anyone. Modest to a fault. He deserved every bit of acclaim he received. Yet he may well have gone unappreciated were it not for a mutual friend.
Who's the mutual friend? And who created the Elpis
Singular
flowers?
soul who can't help but involve himself in the business of others. Where he walks, excitement is certain to follow. His antics irritate Emmett Selk to no end, but much of his grumbling stems from genuine concern. When our friend calls, he never fails to answer and lend his talents. And in the course of doing so, he himself came to be recognized and respected by those around him. They are truly remarkable individuals, and I'm proud to call them friends. To help them realize their dreams. This will be my greatest contribution to our world. And when they have fulfilled their respective purposes, so too shall I have fulfilled mine, and together we may return to the star.
Become one with the Force.
Look at me, spilling my innermost secrets. I can't seem to help it with you.
You coming on to me, bro?
I can only assume it is due to the color of your soul.
Yeah, I'm sure that's all it is.
I just don't understand
Soul.
how you can be so alike and yet so different.
Well done, my pet. Well done.
She's adorbs, dude. Gotta protect her at all cost.
Ah, yes. I dare say the Charybdis will be fine here on. Why don't you go and signal to Emmett Selk? Let him know that his arduous task is at an end.
I want to say Rayquaza was from Omega Savage. Might have been alt-right model though. Phil, correct me. You corrected yourself. All right, done and done. If you loved Bird Girl, you'd oh, sorry, Zach. She's great. Love Bird. Yes. Look what Phil said. Absolutely. Although I did take a lot of enjoyment watching you play a game that I'll never play in Dynasty Warriors. It was fun to watch, man. Yeah, dog, you gotta do... golly. Am I supposed to... Oh! I gotta wave. Hey! Over here! Emerging from his reverie, Emmett Selk notices you and begins to descend with the Charybdis. So, Trails and 14 still together. Single digits, by the way. Next Friday. Fuck yeah, man. I have no words to express my gratitude. Thanks to you, the Charybdis has learned to fly. Make your way back home as you learn to fly. And Vance and I could relax and have a pleasant chat. I'm sure you did. The creature needed some small assistance at first, but soon it was flying more or less on its own. I doubt you will be needing to repeat the lesson. That was truly impressive. I witnessed it all from afar. The Charybdis flies. Indeed, with this, we've proven that even a creature with skewed etheric balance is capable of flight. Though we helped it to achieve this, the Charybdis is a herd animal. They may well aid their struggling kin in like fashion, if and when the need arises. Keeping this in mind, I bid you continue observing them. If that's what you want. But if I may say so, rather than hoping an idealistic possibility comes to pass, would it not be similar to have the concept adjusted? That way, we could guarantee that anomalies such as this specimen are never born in the first place. These creatures are already here. We will spare no effort in giving them a chance to survive. As you wish, Chief, as you wish. Come on, Charybdis. Got some real Axl Rose qualities. Hermes. I'm fine, don't worry. Well, that concludes all of my present tasks. Let us return to Agnorissus for now. Anagnorasis. Goddamn stumbling, fumbling, bumbling on the words. It hurts my soul. One day I'll do Future Redeemed. Gonna have to recap myself and all the Xenoblade lore at some point. Just do it, man. Just do. Goddamn, is it great. Run and tell all the Charybdis this could take all night? Yeah, dude. Looking for the convocation? Looking because I'm scared of flying. See, dude, I'm telling you, man. It is the music that binds us. Don't be done, dude. Carry on, my wayward son. Pardon me. What? Want to apologize for forcing me to help you, do you? Save your breath. You didn't force me to do anything. I merely chose the most expeditious way to have done with an impediment to our business. Tell me, Vance, in the course of watching me, have you learned aught of value? Nothing so far, but I'm hopeful that will change. Dynamis seemed promising. I'm not sure what I'm looking for, but I don't think I've found it yet. Dynamis. Dynamis, you say? Curious that such an obscure phenomenon should be of interest to you. So I know that they probably already... I know that they had made mention of, like, not wearing their masks. Why do the other Asians wear... Like, why don't they take theirs off? Is it just, like, something they don't do? Chief Hermes, what good fortune to find you here. Is something the matter? The Lycaean. I'm afraid it's done it again. No sooner did we release one for observation that it set upon the nearby occupants, slaughtering them. That's a great question. Is that so? I can't pick up if that's sarcasm or not, but I'm just wondering. Yeah, feels like a legitimate question. And nobody, unless they did it last night, and I just don't remember, but like nobody questioned them not wearing theirs. It was just kind of like a, hey gang, what's up? Was the creature hungry or somehow provoked? I had just fed them myself, and the occupants were keeping a wide berth. It is the nature of the Lycan. The Lycorn that is to blame, their innate viciousness. Temperament aside, it is an outstanding creation, perfect in form and function. Though it may not be suited for release, I've no doubt that the Bureau will accept its concept for preservation. It's a word. In any case, there's no point in postponing the inevitable. Doros will revert them all once the paperwork is in order. Where is the scene of the incident? Just off the path to the 12 Wonders. As you make your way, you should see it on the left. I don't know if Doros will still be there, however. Oh, and he's gone. Hermes, wait! If this is part of his work, then I would observe. We follow. Where we're going, we don't need roads. I had the same one, and I don't remember if there's an answer. Dude at the door told them to take them off, but everyone else still rocking them. Are Hythlo and Emmett guests here? Yes, they're guests because they came to see Hermes and the architect. What, like, what? Fandaniel, right? Is it because they are people of renown and don't want them blending in with the normies? So then would that mean Emmett Selk and Hathlo is he a normie? All members, visitors of Elpis have to remove their masks. That rule might not apply to those who already work there. Well, yeah, because if they already worked here, then they wouldn't be guests, right? Dev's making up rules so we can see Emmett's pretty face. Yeah, like, I'm down with it. For sure. And then Hathlodeus was coming on to us while we're just, you know, sitting in the grass, watching our friends fly a friggin' dragon. He was coming on to us. All right? I guess so guests aren't mistaken for staff. All right. Everybody wears the same outfit, but not everybody wears a mask. But yeah, just genuine curiosity. All personnel must wear their mask at all times in Elpis. Visitors must remove their masks as a matter of, procedure. Okay. Individual appearances aren't important to their culture, so most wear the standard cloak and mask, but in Elpis, due to the nature of dangerous research, they can wear their hoods in, they can't wear their hoods. Okay, and non-employees also have to remove their masks. All right. The lacerations and burns are unmistakable. The Lycon was indeed responsible. But the creature is nowhere to be seen. Doros must have taken it away. The man makes his base in the 12 Wonders. I shall go and seek him out there. Emmett Selk and I will search the area for good measure, just to make sure that the Lycon did not escape. My thanks. Let us meet at the 12 Wonders when you have finished. I will go on ahead. Please follow with Vance. The non-lore reason is because they are main characters. Yeah, okay. I can get behind that one. Come, come, it's down this path and over the bridge. Port, what's up, man? Stream goes very well. How are you? Yo, Yggdrasil, I can't fight you. You are the holy tree. How are you, man? What's going on? Happy Wednesday. Happy time zones, as always. Hope things are good on your end, my guy. Please check out our good friend Port Break as well. Pretty good prepared to go into hiding next weekend. How come? Oh, yeah, just stay off the internet, basically. That's about it. Don't search for anything Trails related, even if it's a game that you've played on YouTube, because the recommendations were just, it's their fucking... It is their duty to spoil people. Don't search for anything Trails. Probably just don't search for anything Falcom related. Won't be picking it up anytime soon, so I'll be hiding for a while. I mean, if you can take any solace in knowing that that's basically what I do. Like, that's what I get to do all the time. It's fun. It's like the last time Friday when reviews drops, there will be an entire playthrough. So, oh, yeah, absolutely. It's, like, the last time I didn't have to, like, be in the dark for a Trails release was Azure. Because, like, the official, like, Zero and Azure release, I'd already played the Geofront, which is essentially what we got. But, like, I played the Geofront version. So, that was something that's like, okay, cool, man. Like, I can just enjoy everything about Zero and Azure. Dude, DC, I did, and it's strange because I thought homie was all in on Phoenix, and that was it. Very strange, but, you know, where do you go to chase rings? The Warriors, I guess, but, you know. It's not like Draymond of, I mean, Draymond is Draymond, but like, it's not like Steph Curry of a few years ago, but I heard that there was rumblings that they're also trying to make a push for LeBron, which I don't know how much there is to that. And he signed, oh, he did sign an extension. No shit. But dude, I thought he had just said the other day he wasn't going to sign an extension with the Warriors. I'm like, am I crazy, or did he literally just say that within like the last 48 hours? Oh yeah, money for sure. Not like that. Like, that's the thing. No professional athlete's gonna be like, I don't want to go to a contender, I just want a big bag of money. But when they say I want to go play for a contender, they'll also settle for like the Cleveland Browns or, you know, the Washington Wizards for a big bag of money. 6 mil changed his mind. 60 mil would have changed my mind too.
There it is, the 12 Wonders. Hermes is looking for Doros. Let's look for Doros too. He's a man with long blonde hair, I think. I'll know him when I see him.
Meteon is now accompanying you. Okay. Long blonde hair. Luscious locks. If you haven't blocked CGI Inferno on YouTube already, do it now. Oh, okay. Can do, will do. But yeah, going into hiding, it is, I don't know, for me, it's like a rite of passage. It's the norm at this point. The Sky remake, I won't have to hide from that one either. Excited for that. But after Daybreak 2, dude, it is like full on back to lockdown, because I know after Daybreak 2 releases, it is going to, like, the internet is dark and full of spoilers. It's gonna be like Kai shit everywhere. Dude, Zach, I can't wait to win your raffle and have you play Daybreak 2. So just remember that. Once I get back and record today's results, I should finally be able to put that report to bed.
Not Doros. His hair is long, but the color is wrong.
If anything like last year, we'll get a third release announcement. Instant veto? That's dog shit, sir. If you're not going to let me game the system by having you play the Xenosaga trilogy as one entry, you shouldn't be able to veto Daybreak 2. Blonde-haired woman? I mean, it's got to be her, right? Cat trailer's coming next Friday. I will speak it into existence. All right, well, you and Phil are on the same page, so please don't. Please don't.
If you're with Meteon, then I assume that you're on an errand for Hermes. What can I do for you? Sorry, wrong person. We're looking for...
Oh, okay.
Ah, I see. We do have similar hair, so people often mistake us from afar. I hope you find him soon.
All right. Well, we're just striking out, aren't we? Are we allowed to post links to memes? No links in chat. I'm sorry, Orange. Yeah, in Discord for sure. Blonde-haired man. Okay, is this Doros? It just might be.
Doros, that's Doros.
Well, now, if it is in Meteon, what brings you here?
Ah, I thought I heard familiar voices. I didn't realize you two had decided to help me search for Doros. Thank you. You're in charge of the Lycons, I believe. Where are they now?
Out in the fields in restraints. Frenzied as they were, I couldn't well return them to Kittisis. Once I've submitted my report, I'll see them reverted without delay.
It is as he says. The beasts are indeed quite ferocious.
You're one of the 14. What brings you here?
Nothing you need concern yourself with, as you were. We've heard the news that the Lycon slaughtered Occupets. As the observer in charge, you are of the opinion that they are not fit to be released?
I am. Their abnormal aggression and exceptional strength makes for a highly problematic combination. It matters not where they are released. Lycons would threaten other species and upset the natural order.
Could it be that the specimens observed are an outlier?
Highly unlikely. We've created a good many of them. All exhibited the same tendencies. Even when we used Kairos to begin with a fresh slate, their behavior was unchanged.
Kairos?
A memory reconfiguration system. The chief himself created it. It allows us to erase or alter memories, that we may observe creations in different environmental conditions without needing to remake them from scratch.
Quite impressive. And potentially dangerous, depending on the intensity of the etheric emissions. Pashtarot may wish to have words with you. Rest assured, I've kept all values within prescribed limits. And to prevent misuses, its applications are limited to those authorized by the Chief Overseer. Do not misunderstand. To manipulate a subject's memories is an intrusive act I deeply abhor, but it is still preferable to execution.
Come now, Chief. Let's not be so melodramatic. What was born of ether is simply being reduced to its original state. I know the distinctions concern you, but we mustn't lose sight of the bigger picture, making rational choices for the sake of a more prosperous star. If a creation can't be properly studied, even with the aid of Kairos, we remake it. If a creation is deemed a detrimental existence, we unmake it. 'Tis all for the greater good, and none question the necessity of such routine processes.
I understand these things, I do. I would never think to unleash a clear and undeniable threat unto the world. Yet insignificant though their individual lives may be next to all creation, it is all the Lycos have. Before we seal their fates, we owe it to these beings to exhaust all options, to ensure that nothing has been overlooked.
If you insist, let me provide you with a full report and we may make it from there.
Would it be possible for us to attend the discussion, that Emmett Selp may better carry out his duties? By all means. Pray, show them to the meeting room.
I have like 15 chapsticks in this house, all strategically placed. One used to be in here. It's not in here anymore. One upstairs, one over there, one in the bedroom, one in the kitchen. It's like sane people that like stash flashlights throughout their house in case of a power outage. That's kind of like me, but with something useless like chapstick.
To man, other beings are just things, to be used and controlled like magic. That's what Hermes told me once.
Need a tactical chapstick reload? Sure do. I most certainly do.
I fear this discussion may take a while, during which time... Meteon, are you feeling unwell? It's not me, Hermes, it's you. I won't go to the meeting. I'll stay with Vance. Loath though I am to impose, may I leave Meteon in your care again?
I wouldn't have it any other way. She's an adorable child. I will protect her at all cost.
I am in your debt, if you'll excuse me. Can you help me with something, Vance? The meeting won't make Hermes sad. I want to cheer him up with the flower. Hermes likes flowers the most of all the creations on Elpis. Most creations are expected to be interesting, or beautiful, or strong, better in some way. But flowers are different. They're designed to suit our emotions, what we feel, and what to convey. Hermes likes that. I can't make flowers, so I'll search for one, and I want you to search with me. Let's start here, at the 12 Wonders.
You know, I just realized in these ancients are like 20 feet tall, then Medion has to be like 9 or 10 feet tall. Yeah, she's small. I feel like, in comparison, that's the size we were when we got here, before we got made huge. Tree in Bloom. How about Death Blooms by Mudvayne? Another great song. Vibrant purple flowers bigger than your hands adorn the tree.
Oh, so big and bright. I love them. But they might be too bright. You have to think of the recipient. That's what Hermes said.
Slender tree. A tall, slender tree rises before you. You crane your neck to look for flowers. The way he was just like pawing at the tree like that, you know, it's nothing that we haven't seen before. But it reminds me, I fell down the YouTube rabbit hole on shorts one time. It was, there were people harvesting cinnamon trees, and the way that they did it, it was just so like, oh, that's like, it was a great watch. They were so good at it.
No, flowers. If there were apples, we could have covered them in syrup. Let's head outside next. Don't worry, we won't wander far.
Dude, super satisfying. You want to talk about some good brain juice? That did it. That or watching people harvest bamboo. Dude, just really enjoyable to watch. Or, oh, dude, all of the, like, again, good brain juice. Or when they process the gum trees. Dude, so neat. An array of beautiful flowers grow in the bed, their mix of colors forming a pattern. Oh.
These would be better for Hermes, but they're hedged in. That means we shouldn't touch them. They're either under observation or poisonous. Any other places should be fine, though. Let's keep looking.
Have you ever seen those soap cutting Oh yeah, definitely stuff like that. Of course. That is great for the brain. Oh, whoa. Set on a tall, thin stalk, the oddly shaped flower is mesmerizing in its undulations.
Oh, a conion, a flower that can move. When Hermes wasn't looking, it shot seeds at him. Not a good gift, maybe. But you're good, Vance, at spotting flowers. We'll find something soon.
Man, we're going all over creation. P-tier Griffin. They just call him Grips for short, though. You know what? No, that's on my OG account. Because I think the Griffin mount, wasn't that Heaven's Ward Collector's Edition mount? I'm pretty sure it was. I remember, yeah, I think I had it on my OG account. Yep. That and Midgar Summer were my favorites still. You spy nothing promising nearby. At best, common-looking grasses with some few tiny flowers.
Nothing around here. Ah! Over there, Vance, something big, huge.
Marlboro. These are the cowboy killers. A terrible stench reminiscent of sodden old boots pervades the air. Without a doubt, the culprit is the Morbol-like creature before you.
It's an Adonis. That things around its mouth look like petals. But the flowers are the orbs in its head. When Hermes inspected it, it swallowed him up. He didn't leave his room for days. What do you think, Vance? Would he like it?
Maybe. It's probably not the good sort of memory.
So not this one either. Finding a good flower, it's harder than I thought. I'm sorry, Vance, but could we search a little more? Maybe as far as the fields over there? I'll pick something after that, I promise.
Dude, Midgar, you're always in the way, buddy. I love you. Lush green fields stretch out before you, ending where the sky begins.
Oh, there's nothing. The shiny thing over there. What could it be?
Oh, yeah. I love the Emerald theme, dude. So damn good.
Oh, Elpis flowers. They're here too. Hermes likes and dislikes them at the same time.
Neath Dark yeah, that's what it's called. Neath Dark Waters. Yeah. It is so goddamn good.
Like me, they're entelechies.
Bless us.
Like me, they feel his pain and turn dark. That's only for Hermes, though. For others, they're always white and bright.
So when Hermes holds one, it turns dark and black?
Truly? The flower was dark in your home? Then, do you have it too? A dark emotion?
I've known the pain and sorrow of loss. I've felt great fury and frustration. I've been plagued by doubt and anxiety. I dare say I have a few.
You don't have to say it. I can feel it's something you want to hide. But won't you lend it to me? The darkness inside you? I want you to make the flower dark in front of Hermes. He has been in a dark place since before he created me. He needs to know that he isn't there alone, that others are sad too.
I'm your guy. I'm sad too. Just did it so valiantly. Me! I'm sad as well.
Truly, you'll do it. Thank you, Vance, thank you. It means more to me than I can say. I can't wait to see how Hermes reacts. Let's go back and fetch him.
I would kind of... maybe... You know what? I feel like they are coming around to Boston. I think the 14 might have already passed. I don't remember. Or maybe it's coming up in like March or April. Is it Distant Worlds? Fuck! I don't want to get sidetracked. Can you quick Google search for me, pretty please? I feel like they're coming around to Boston. And I think it's like... I think tickets are like $60. I don't remember where it is. It might be the Wang Theater. And I know if you giggled when I said Wang Theater, that's literally what it's called. Or maybe the Boston Opera House.
It seems they're still talking. Let's wait until they're finished.
Don't know if they still are, but they were selling light up Elpis flowers at the 14th Symphony for a while.
Hermes!
Oh, you were waiting for me.
There's one on Sunday and one the second week of March. In Boston?
You've finished talking?
Yes, we've come to a decision.
Second
My
week of
thanks
March. That's
for
Youngblood's
keeping me to
birthday,
your
though.
company. Emmett Salk and Hythlodaeus have already retired to their rooms. There is room for you too, if you would follow me.
Wait! I want to show you something first.
No, I lied. Youngblood's is the third week. Okay. March 8th and 9th. I'm going to have to look. I really feel like I want to go.
Elpis flowers?
Go on. You're not the only one, Hermes. Others feel sad too. You're not alone.
I see Mission has shared much with you. May we talk a moment?
Bro, what a stud. Look at those eyes. Sonic, when did you get here?
I do not think it wrong that we live for the star, that we strive to make it a better place. And yet, in carrying out my duties here, there are times when I am plagued by doubt. Do you recall what Hythlodaeus said when we first spoke of my nomination? Death is the privilege of those who have fulfilled their purpose, a choice they embrace of their own free will, and when they depart, it is always beautiful. Perhaps it is, but only for man. Creations that he deems useless are discarded with nary a second thought. Some scarcely born into the world, afforded a handful of breaths before life and potential are abruptly extinguished. We make an effort to spare them the pain. They sense what awaits. Rage and anguish and cower and fear. And it is not beautiful. Yet no one cares. No one. So fixated are we upon the duty that we do not pause to question the method. Pain and suffering, confusion and despair, writ plain in the eyes of those poor creatures. Yet no one sees. We turn a blind eye and carry on in blissful ignorance. Not amiss. And always, always the blossoms shine pure and white. A contradiction so blatant I could scream, want to scream. How can you all accept this aberration? Then I wonder, am I the aberration for thinking thus. And I am filled with dread. But now I know I'm not alone. Not the only one for whom the flowers weep. Owen asked what you thought as you kneeled beside the Elpis. Or if you only did it at Meteon's insistence. Nevertheless, I thank you. To know that you too have experienced suffering is a comfort. To so willingly lend an ear to ease my burden, you are a strange one. The stars in the heavens. Know you what they are? Though it is too far to tell, each glittering light could be a world not unlike Aetheris. A world filled with life. So many stars, so many lives. For us, there may be no higher purpose than to live for our world. But what of the other living beings out there? What is it that gives their lives meaning? That drives them day after day after day? To pose that question to our undiscovered cousins, I created beings of Dynamis, who can traverse the vast emptiness between the stars. Meteon and her sisters. Aye, sisters. She has a great many of them, and they have already departed on their journey, traveling to one star and then the next in search of life. As one might expect, exploration on such a grand scale is rife with difficulties, and thus far I've naught to show for it. But I have faith that we will make some manner of discovery ere long. And when we do, I should be glad to share our findings with you, in gratitude for your kindness. It's getting rather late. We had best find our beds. It would not do for both of us to be sleep-deprived on the morrow. Come, Meteon. Let us head back.
All right.
Is that like Mount Gulg? She sensed something, man. An all too brief interlude, perhaps, but it is time I attend to my next task. As Emitselk and Hethlodius are aware, we reached a verdict regarding the fate of the Lycons. 7 were created for observation, and all 7 must be unmade. Doros has followed the correct protocols, and as Chief Overseer, I can find no fault in his judgment. The Lycons will disrupt the natural order, ravaging and consuming other species until they themselves starve and perish. They cannot be released unto the wild, and they cannot be allowed to remain here in Elpis. I intend to petition the Bureau of the Architect to have the concept preserved as a restricted purpose hazardous life form. Hethlodius has pledged to support me in this endeavor. Yet, whatever the Bureau decides, the existing Lycons have served their purpose. Doros has already isolated the creatures and is preparing to carry out the necessary measures. I will join him forthwith. It is my duty to witness the conclusion to this study. If you are resolved, then we have but to accompany you. Of course. Let us be off then. We return to the main aisle. He does have so much compassion for life. Because what was it in a couple of quests before? It was like... Oh, they asked, like, who... Like, they asked me, like, whatever, who I remembered, and I'd said Hermes. His love for his people, right? If I'm remembering that correctly. Or something in that effect, anyway. Oh, no! No. Sorry, I didn't... It's right here. It's right there. Almost got ahead of myself. Okay, dude. Doros, are you hurt? What happened here? They caught me off guard. I had them bound with ethereal shackles, but they became frenzied, even more so than usual, and broke free. I was able to stop 4, the other 3 escaped. I see them. 2 have taken to the air above the 12 Wonders. The last is up ahead, lurking in the fields. You and Vance handle that one. The pair in the sky you can leave to me. If this is how it must end, then so be it. I will render assistance to Emmett Selk, unneeded though it is. Meteon, you are to stay here with Doros.
But Hermes...
The Lycons must be reverted. I would spare you their pain and mine. This is my burden, not yours. But if you are intent on helping, then please follow my lead. What if we just decide to stay? We'll stay with the cherub, you know? They really come to Vancouver, so we always try to make it when they do. Yeah, because I think I remember seeing it somewhere, and then it just reminded me that there's something coming around Boston-ish. Nothing to see here. Dude, can you get that as a mount too? That's also pretty rad. I appreciate your help and lament that it is necessary. There it is, our quarry. Within striking distance at present, but it feels threatened. If it feels threatened, not threatened, it may well flee beyond our reach. Here is my plan. You will approach slowly in full view and draw the Lycon's attention. Now, I warn you, its abilities are as fiery as its temperament. Once it spots you, it will unleash orbs of flame. But fear not, by my measure, you are more than equal to the task. Withstand the onslaught for a few brief moments, and that will give me time to catch it unawares. Ready? Let us begin. The thing's coming to Boston is a 7 Rebirth Orchestra. Oh, okay. Dude, Orange, I had to tell you this firmly and abruptly last night. Actually, it wasn't very abrupt. You don't have to apologize, dude. No harm, no foul. What else could I be? All apologies. I'm a serial apologizer? Yo, low-key, I used to be. Used to do it a ton. It was like a bad habit. It's exactly what it was. It was just a bad habit. Like, I hear people all the time at my work. They'll always be like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, you know, you got nothing to be sorry about. Like, what are you sorry for?
Now.
You still are? I don't think you finished a new duty without typing sorry. Because I'm a detriment to the team. That is worthy of an apology. Warranted.
Please, forgive me. May you and your kin find peace. Wherever your souls may drift in the underworld, may you find tranquil seas. Be not forgotten. In concept endure. To reclaim form and one day live again. Serve not the star, or any purpose save your own. Live again, if that be your desire. Hate, if that be your want. We are worthy. But leave your suffering behind. Lay down your burdens, be born anew. Fly high, fly free.
Join the convocation, Hermes. You do not belong here.
Leave to replace another. To be replaced. It changes nothing. Tell me, do you think it right that we sacrifice all these lives for the sake of the star? And when the star has reached perfection, what then? If all who are satisfied choose to die, shall we all die in satisfaction? I do not know. Were I to take up the seat of Van Daniel, it would be tantamount to approving my predecessor's death. I do not know if it is right. And to be torn by such thoughts. I do not know if I am fit to represent mankind.
Hermes! Please don't be angry. It hurts so.
Forgive me. If you would still consider me in spite of everything, I beg some time to gather my thoughts. Meanwhile, Hythlodaeus, I fear I must trouble you to attend to the others.
'Tis no trouble at all. Take as long as you require.
And you, my friend, I pray you find that which you seek.
I expect we have some few matters to discuss. Shall we return to the 12 Wonders for a time?
Aye.
I don't know what they built these things to do, but killing shit sure seems like the point. Zooming in that close to their face, and yeah, dude, they look like just vicious murder machines. For real. If somebody was like, hey, what do you think this beast does? I'd be like, fucking maim. You know what I mean? Like, it just maims. The other Lycons have been taken care of. The incident is resolved in the life in Elpis continues as normal. Or ends, as the case may be. Rationally speaking, I understand Hermes' argument. No matter how well deserved the rest, there is a pang of sadness when a colleague leaves us. Yet never has a departure caused me such grief as Hermes appears to feel. What must it be like to experience such torment? I'm gonna sell it all anyways. I don't know why I've hung onto that for so long. Never mind. No, I won't. I'm gonna just throw this shit away. Whoa! Nice shoes. Nice bulge, big guy. All right. Where to now? If there is anywhere you would like to visit before we leave, I should be glad to show you the way. Hermes has not yet outright refused his position with the convocation, merely postponed the decision. As such, I may as well resume my assessment. If we cannot accompany him, then I will content myself with questioning his colleagues. Ever the pragmatist, then allow me to remain your humble guide. What of you, Vance? Will you continue along with us? Wonderful. Our fellowship travels on unbroken. I say we explore another part of Elpis and see what new encounters there are to be had. If you would follow me, we will first head back towards Anagnorisis. It's probably nowhere close, it's fine. We just try a new pronunciation every single time. That's it, that's all we do. We try to pronounce it correctly. We try something new every time. Until we find one that my brain think works. Look, Ma, no hands. Nope, still nothing. All right. From here, we follow the path northwards towards to Notanius. There we will find one of the Naeus which facilitate travel between the islands of Elpis. First-time travelers must be accompanied by someone with the requisite permission, which I have previously been granted. We only need use the device together once, and henceforth you will have leave to use it freely. Shall we? Shockmaw. That's some lunar whale nightmare fuel too. Here we are. Not a Neus. This Neus will take us to Calamalios Zephyros. The Western Island. Just say that. Just call it the Western Island. And that's it right there, looming large over us. Step this way and we can soon admire the view from above.
I present to you Calamelios Zephyros. Here you will find a number of testing facilities, as well as the observation hub of Poiton Oikos.
Oikos, do we have those yogurts in the fridge?
Let's begin by... Well, well.
Arc Van Ride.
Yes. How delightful.
And what, pray tell, is that?
Ah, that's a new species of shark. We approved the concept but a few days ago. Sharks are among the
Oh my
most
gosh,
popular sea
dude.
creatures. Rare is the day when someone does not submit a new concept. At first, they were largely orthodox. Consideration given to such things as size and environmental impact.
What the hell was the name of
And
that
then
cartoon
a
with the
really
sharks?
someone thought
Was it
would
just
do
called
with
Sharks?
flight.
Probably was.
Another, superior intelligence. And then the floodgates burst. Concepts with multiple heads, or arms and legs, and so on and so forth. It was getting absurd. A part of me wanted to tell them to go away and find something else to create, but in the end, I couldn't deny their passion.
Street Sharks, that was it, dude. Whoa. Whoa!
Was too close. Are you unharmed?
Whoa! It's her! It's Heidelin!
Well now, if it isn't a pair of familiar faces.
Bernard, that we should meet you here.
As I mentioned earlier, the better part of the convocation holds that when we retire is when we return to the star.
Bruh.
Well, she is not among said majority. Even after stepping down, she carries on with her work. Vanar is her name, and she is the previous Azem.
It has been a while, Hythlodaeus. You look well.
So she was previously what Fandaniel is now. That's what the Azem is, right? Like the architect? Am I getting that right? Or am I just way off? No? Okay. Okay, my bad. Then never mind. Don't. No, Azem is a separate seat. Okay, perfect. That's all I need. Perfect.
Less so, Emmet Selk. I dare say the lines upon your brow have both deepened and doubled in number. A shame for one so young. You must make an effort to frown less often.
Easier said than done, thanks to your unruly successor.
How is he, if I may ask?
Incorrigible as ever. Rushed headlong into a volcano on the brink of eruption just the other day. I should be glad to share the tale in its entirety later, if you're so inclined.
Oh, you know I am. Now then, you are? say, have you perchance come from the future?
She knows.
I do not believe we have ever met, yet I sense my magic upon you. Therefore, if I wove the enchantment, I could only have done so at a later point in time.
What manner of magic is this, if I may ask?
A traveler's ward, of course. It prevents the corruption of one's ether.
Sounds rather like the blessing of light. Does it protect you from enthrallment by primals by any chance?
I see you are not ignorant to its presence. And while there are many protective spells, the one you bear is unmistakably mine.
Hold on. From the future? That's absurd.
Floodgates opened. Here we go.
What is it? Are you unable to speak of the matter?
Do we not want, we don't want to fuck up the space-time continuum. Back to the Future taught me that.
The reality to which you must return exists as a result of the final days. You cannot reshape the past to undo the tragedies of the present.
So, your actions here will not change your history, but they may yet affect the course of ours. How very exciting. I'm quite fond of delving into the unknown, and there's naught more unknown than the future. Until a moment finally arrives, we cannot know for certain what will come to pass, regardless of our supposed foreknowledge, so you needn't worry for us. More importantly, that you should go to such great lengths as to travel unto the past bespeaks the gravity of your quest. Will you not reveal it to us? Mayhap we can be of aid to your cause.
If this is true, then you've been keeping quite the secret to yourself.
Dude, I can't alter the past.
As a representative of the Convocation, I will hear it all. Your identity, purpose, everything.
Bro, I can't tell you.
Why don't we move to a place more conducive to calm conversation? I've been working here for some days now at an old friend's behest. If it is agreeable, we may make use of my accommodation at Poiton Oikos.
Mommy Aurelia.
We were meant to meet. I am certain of it. Else I wouldn't have marked you so clearly and sent you unto myself in the past. It's precisely the sort of mischief I would get up to. I'm quite inspired, if I do say so myself.
It's Avengers rules. We can't change our future, but we might change theirs. My apologies, but before we move along, a colleague has tasked me with a matter which I'd rather not leave unresolved. It involves finding a certain concept engraved crystal, and the quick-fingered Orius, which made off with it. An Orius, you say? I think we might have seen the culprit before being distracted by the business with the shark. Would you like us to follow its ethereal trail? That would, of course, lead us only to the Orias. There is no guarantee that it hasn't dropped or stashed away the crystal you seek. Please, even that much would be enormously helpful. While you are hunting down the thief, I can follow behind and scour the forest floor just in case. Could I ask you to join the search? I would appreciate another pair of eyes to cover the land to the west of here. Many thanks. There's a small bridge leading to Poignant Oikos. Let us meet up there once we've exhausted our efforts. Real talk, though, speaking of Avengers, dude, I was so happy for Steve Rogers. I don't want to spoil, even though the movie's been out for a hot minute, but, you know, I don't want to spoil anything for anybody, but I was so pumped for him. Like, I was just fucking thrilled for the guy. Whoa, there's a big tree. Oh, big tree corals. There's a rumor that Chris Evans is coming back like Downey is. I feel like with okay, I know I've said it before, but I feel like Marvel looks at Downey Jr. coming back as their golden parachute. And it could possibly like restart like the decade of greatness that they had. So instead of him playing Iron Man for 10 years, he'll play Doctor Doom for 10 years, and you know what I mean? Something like that. Like, but I don't know. But like I said, I feel like he thinks that, or like they think he's the golden parachute. Like, this is gonna jumpstart the MCU all over again. And then I don't know, man, like, I feel like it could get out of hand. You're just gonna start bringing people back, like what? I don't know, dude. You can bring back friggin' ScarJo too while you're at it, like, which they could though. They totally could, cause the multiverse thing. It just, I don't know. We'll see. That's the thing, like, for better or for worse, yeah, multiverse, they can do whatever they want. Do whatever they want. If something doesn't hit, they can just retcon it and say, bop, nope, it was the multiverse. I've been out of MCU for a hot minute. Same here, Zach. With the exception of, like, I finally got around to watching Quantumania. It wasn't good. Like, it wasn't, like, the best part of it, like, aside from Paul Rudd, because I like Scott Lang, but Kang was Kang has such potential, bro. But I don't want to open up that can of worms, man, with Jonathan Majors. Like, they jumped the gun. They didn't have to. It was, and you know, like, I get why they did it. An immediate liability. Can't wait for Downey to blow it up, drag the comics down, and he did the same to the movies. Like, you're saying, like, you didn't like Downey Jr. as Iron Man? Our last searcher returns. I'm afraid the Orias no longer had the crystal, nor was I able to find it as I followed in its sake. Oh, okay, yeah. I don't suppose you fared any better. Oh my god, did I just put this together? Dude, we're getting all... Holy mackerel. That's why we... Oh, dearie me. Okay, hang on. The crystal, well done. Wonderful. Now I can focus on your tale without the missing concept nagging at my mind. Have you always had a knack for finding things? Like the pink crystal we had earlier, this blue crystal... Are we getting all the crystals? Is that what we're, like... No, it's not? Okay. Bummer. Shit, dude, I was like, holy shit! I thought we were getting all the, it was just a random concept. Damn. And I was like, holy smokes, I've done it. Yeah. Like Dan said, had a brain blast. Thought we just had this. Just this wild breakthrough. What will we say?
You travel often, then. It seems that we have something in common. Long ago, when I held the seat of Azem, I was forever trekking back and forth across the star in search of answers to people's problems. Naturally, the need for such journeys has lessened considerably since I entrusted the positions to my whimsical successor. Yet I'm still eager to come running should an old acquaintance or new interest require my personal attention. That is what brings me to Elpis, in fact. Many times has my presence been requested, my opinion sought concerning the habitat of this or that creation. Agreeing to help locate that missing crystal was a minor distraction, which now promises to become a major revelation. How strange and wonderful it is, the way one thing leads to another. Wouldn't you agree?
Vanet Arc Ride. Old Arc Van Ride.
Thank you again for your timely help. Now then, 'tis time I return this stolen property. If you would go on ahead to my accommodation, I will join you as soon as I have attended to that task. Follow the path straight ahead to the building at the top of the slope. I have the entire place to myself, so we can speak without fear of being disturbed or overheard.
All right, man. We good? We in a good spot? All right, hopefully. Actually, hang on. I gotta go break the seal right quick, so I will BRB. We're just gonna go invisible. Ready, set, bye. Hell yeah. All right. Seal broken. Chapstick acquired. All is right. Well, most is right. Most is right with the universe. Except for these. That's another thing about this chair. The casters are stiff. For some strange reason. I know that sounds really weird, but the casters are just kind of stiff. Poitin oikos. Sorry, dog, I'm back. The old jump scare-a-risky.
Hello, Mira Talus.
Oh, you know what? Dude, that's right. So Dan, you've had to see it, or you've gotten the update. DC got the, like, I haven't gotten it yet. I have seen, like, people post pictures of it too. The icons aren't round anymore. They're squared. Like, they're squared off, right? I mean, it hasn't come through yet, thankfully, but now that we talk about it. Now that I say it, it's gonna be like a boogeyman. It's gonna appear. Oh shit, man. Dude, would anybody use Xbox PC Game Pass for a month or YouTube Premium for 3 months? Like, would anybody want those? I don't feel like I would use them. Quests have moved. Thank God. Go away. Zach, you want the premium? All right. I'll after stream, I'll DM it to you. DM you the code. And scene. I had a notification that I had gifts. Premium's OP. I mean, dude, if we didn't already have what we have now, but we also tell Youngblood that. Might so pay for that shit, no questions asked. See, Youngblood got like addicted to YouTube, so we had to tell him like a little white lie. Like, YouTube on TVs has been broken for many years. It's been busted for many moons. Yeah, no. Because there's certain things on YouTube that, you know, like anybody could create, you know what I'm saying? Like, and some are educational, so some like we would be okay with. But then there were some things where it's basically like, I don't know how to word this properly, so bear with me. It's like parents more or less would like exploit their children in a way that they would sell toys or sell products. You know what I mean? Like, it would be like a little kid's TV show, but it would always be like the parents would be there and they would be like propping up some kind of like toys and it wasn't like, it didn't feel conducive to, like, I don't know, being anything worthwhile. I mean, yeah, dude, Noir for sure. It's dude, what the fuck? Dude, I'll know what it's called. I'm gonna derail right quick just so I can search. What the hell is it called? That's what it is. It's Vlad and Nikki. It was that one, and then there was some other kid who made like huge money, or his parent, or he made huge money. Like Ryan, is it Ryan something, like Ryan's Toys or something like that? Either way, so that's why YouTube on TV is broken, because he got hooked into like watching those things. And it's no bueno, dude. It is awful, and I don't like it, and I don't condone it, and I don't want Youngblood watching it, man. People making their kids into content is sick. Yes, 100%. Made to turn them off when I saw mom leaving her smaller child to cry. Yeah, it's very like there was, but then like there's other stuff. Like there was this dude. Like obviously there's freaking Blippi, but it's like, you know, thankfully he grew out of that one. But there was this other guy who started up during COVID. You know, a lot of people did, called Handyman Hal. That one I was okay with, because it was like semi-educational, fixing stuff, or they would see like lawnmowers or skid steers and like stuff like that Youngblood was really into. Yeah, Blippi's awful. Someone posted a clip like that in Discord the other day. Dude punishes his kids for spending money in Minecraft. And oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it was like they spent $800 or something on like Minecraft money. So he brought him and the kids to the store, to Target, and they filled up like $800 worth of toys. And then he goes, we're going to go put this all, like, we're not getting any of this. Like, you could have gotten all of this instead, but you spent all this money on like Minecraft, like money, Minecraft currency, whatever the hell it is. Awful. And like, I legit thought like the kids were going to cry. I'm happy that they didn't. But in the same breath, man, like, that's why I don't have anything hooked up to like the Switch. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have any kind of like card information plugged into anything that you like, that Youngblood could just be like, boop, I bought it. Boop, I bought it. Boop, I bought it. Like, nope, absolutely not. Shame on the parents for fucking plugging that shit in, dude. It was real money spent on, like, I don't know if it's like Minecraft bucks or something. Like, I don't know the name of the currency in Minecraft. It's like Fortnite bucks or something like that. Or like V-Bucks, is that what it's called? It's something similar to that. Yeah, Dan, and not to mention the employees at that Target that have to put all those toys away just because Dad wanted to make some content. V-Bucks, yep, that's the one. You see stories pop up every once in a while about kids maxing their parents' credit cards? Absolutely. And the first thing that goes off in my head, why do they have access to your credit cards? Like, and that's why I don't plug, like, and again, Youngblood and I have been over stuff about, like, you don't go into like the eShop. He doesn't play games online. Like, you know what I mean? None of that. But I, you know, in the event that he's playing by himself and like whatever, dinking around, and he can't just like buy something. He, like, unbeknownst to him, he can't just like buy something because I don't have any like card. The only thing that he's done in the past a few times, which is it's either like we keep it or we get rid of it. He is, I think 3 or 4 times since he's been able to talk, he has gotten us Amazon Music via Alexa, because he'll ask Alexa to play a song, and then, you know, Alexa always fucking intrusively goes like, oh, I can play you that with Amazon Music. Would you like me to play that song? And he'll say yes. And it took to like the last time he did it. I'm like, buddy, stop. Like, you can't. Like, it's $5. Like, I get it. Like, $5 isn't, you know, necessarily breaking the bank, but it's just like, stop, dude. Like, we don't need it. Well, like, we don't need that. We don't need Amazon Music. We're fine. We're good. So, you know, but that's been the only thing. But that's because Alexa is just ready to pounce on anybody saying the wrong thing at the wrong time. I was charged for 7 months. Ugh. Well, I won't get my kid, if I ever have one, until they're like at least 8 or 9, depending on how they are around that age. Maybe a flip phone. See, dude, and I still like, I won't even do that. I'm different. His generation is going to be different, but like, I didn't get a cell phone until I was 16. I got my first cell phone at 16 because my dad gave it to me. I didn't ask for it. He gave it to me because it was basically like LoJack, because I would get out of school and I would go off with my friends and he wouldn't know where I was and he would be super worried. So now that I think about that, maybe that'll happen with Youngblood, but I hope not. Fuck it. Parenting, wild. Flip phones are iconic. My parents didn't let us get them till 14. Yeah, I think I got mine for like my 16th birthday. Like right around there. And again, it was just for LoJack. He has like my old cell phone, but like, you know, it's not active. It doesn't work. First smartphone in 5th grade? Dog. What was I? 16? I was a freshman. Yeah, 16, ninth grade. Yeah, because no. Yeah, 16 freshman. Yeah, because I was driving my freshman year. New Hampshire, you can get your license at 16 if you do driver's ed, which I did. Otherwise, you have to wait till you hit 18 to get it. It might have changed, but yeah, 16. Still managed to get 80 data charge on my flip phone, browsing the League of Legends wiki at summer camp. That first cell phone that I got, I racked up. It was over $200 because I was able to look at ESPN. And it's not like, you know, an app or like browsing on smartphones these days. But I would check sports scores and stuff like that, and it would just eat up data. And like one month, my old man got the bill, and he fucking flipped. It was like $200+, and like I didn't know any better. I was just like, dude, I could go on ESPN, so I could look at the score of the Sox game and like any, you know, stuff like that. And he was just like, no more. And I was just like, 10-4, no more. Like never again. All right.
Welcome to my temporary abode. Please make yourself at home while I put on some tea.
Remember when I had to buy ringtones? Yes. My Uncle Dickie still has a ringback tone. So when you call, it plays a song.
A wonderful aroma. I feel more relaxed already.
Would that I had sweetmeats to offer, but I travel light out of habit. There's plenty of hot water though, so please have as much tea as you like. Now then, will you tell us your tale?
A calamity called the final days has befallen the world. The world has been sundered, broken into shards. Mankind is being forced to flee the star. I like the second option, but I want the first one.
Why don't you start from the beginning?
This rendition, this piano rendition is absolutely gorgeous. That's a long, yeah. 20 feet tall, Dan. Like, you know, I'm gonna have long everything, maybe.
Preposterous. Utterly preposterous.
While not the words I would have chosen, I too have my doubts. Much of it borders on the incredulous. What of you, Vanar?
Not knowing the precise details of the first final days, it is difficult to determine the veracity of the tale. Supposing it is all true, I must ask myself why I would do what I did. feel I had no recourse but to oppose the 14 and create this Hydaelyn. Circumstances change, of course, but it would not have been an easy decision regardless. No, there must have been a reason. One compelling enough to force me to take such drastic measures. Then there is the Elpis flower, which I said would serve as a guide. That it's of import to your mission is plain, but your presence here leads me to believe that this place also holds significance. But what could it be? What are we meant to accomplish?
Might it not be simply thus? In the future whence he came, the final days could not be averted. Mankind has no choice but to flee the star. By alerting us to that eventuality, perhaps you wish to pave the way for other futures.
Theoretically speaking, it is a possibility. Yet if that were my primary objective, I see no reason to guide our friend to Elpis specifically. The capital and Amarot, or even my own home would be more logical destinations.
True, true. I note also that Hydaelyn did not specify a point in time to which he must return. By this, it may be inferred that it was not critical that we should meet.
Alternately, she had reason to believe that our paths would converge, coincidental though it may seem.
This is quite a puzzle, and we do not have all the pieces.
Itself looks
hardly any.
Distraught.
But we do have one immutable fact. If the final days are indeed as described, they will bring death to all that I hold dear. Yet despite being afforded long years of preparation, the only provisions I could make were for flight. Nay, my first and foremost endeavor would be to find a way to forestall the coming doom.
Given that even the 14 failed, mayhap you deemed it impossible.
Nothing is impossible. This I have always believed. And if Hydaelyn is indeed me, she would believe the same.
Listen to yourself. Are you seriously entertaining the notion that you are a messianic figure in some far-fetched tale?
There it is.
Well, I will not. I refuse to accept that our world could be undone by some unforeseen calamity.
Existential crisis inbound.
I also take offense to my portrayal as a megalomaniacal madman.
It's true, dog.
To sacrifice oneself for the star is a noble act, and I would hold those who gave themselves to this zodiac in the highest esteem. Yet, you claim I recreated Amarot and populated it with phantoms of our people? A bizarre indulgence that would be insulting to their memory. Worse still, I even invited you there. Literally invited my own downfall. Why would I do something so idiotic and inexplicable? Now, I will allow that the hypothetical task of restoring our world would be daunting in the extreme. The thought of having to bear such a burden for 1,000 lives horrifies me. But I would never forsake my duty. I would never forsake my brethren. You do not know me. I've had my fill of your fiction. I will return to my duty, and you will not bother me again.
Emmett Selk! Wait!
You've seen much of Elpis already. If you have any observations to share, I should like to hear them.
Dynamis is key to all of this. Hermes and Meteon are somehow involved. I'm still trying to make sense of it all.
Ah yes, the energy distinct from ether. Though not my field, I have a basic understanding of Dynamis. And you say Hermes researched the phenomenon in the course of creating Meteon? Yes, I believe this warrants further investigation. With that settled, it is time for action. The missing pieces of the puzzle are here, I'm certain of it. And when you find them, the picture my future self has painted will be complete, and you will have your answer. Now suffice it to say, I will aid you in your quest. Have faith. If Emmett Selk is the man Azam described to me, we've not seen the last of him.
But they also have the ability to basically scramble memories. Like, I don't know, dude. I'm going to see Kanye West's wife. Thank you for news for showing me a naked woman. Dude, it's, you know what's hilarious, Dan? I had seen somebody like make a comment about that picture in particular, and they said something in the effect of like, every time I've seen Kanye West's wife's tits, I've never asked to. like or something in that effect. I've seen her naked, I've seen her boobs, whatever, like whatever it was. Like every time I've seen Kanye's wife's like naked, I've never asked to. But it's super weird. I mean, it's nice, but dang, I don't think it's legal. It must be legal if it was on the red carpet and they didn't get arrested. Still had something covering it. Like, it was just a more see-through outfit than what Rose McGowan wore back in the day at the VMAs with Marilyn Manson. They didn't get... Oh, so that was the rumor, like, that they got kicked out. But I guess there was, like, an official report that came out that, like, they didn't get kicked out. They just showed up uninvited, and then they got back into his car, and then they left. Who knows?
Shall we begin our investigations, then? I am acquainted with Hermes, of course, but only as a visitor received by the chief overseer of Elpis. Of the man himself, I know only that which is common knowledge. Thus, I suggest we fall back on the tried and true method of conversing with the locals. The observers who live here can surely tell us more of Hermes and Meteon, and I have a good idea of where we might begin.
This door, of course. Yeah, famous people don't get arrested, or they do, and then they don't really have to deal with any real consequences. Black Sabbath is going to play one last show, which blows my mind, the original lineup. I'm listening to voice acting in Hogwarts Legacy and hear tits out of the blue. Sorry, Noir. Sorry, let me give you some context. Kanye West and his wife showed up to the Grammys, and his wife took off her fur coat, and she was basically just wearing a see-through mesh outfit, so tits were out, and I mean, I'm sure you could see her cooter if you wanted to, if you really friggin' enhanced and zoomed in, but, you know, yeah, she was bearing it all.
See you the woman standing in front of yonder building? Her name is Ismen. She is the one who made arrangements for my stay in Elpis, and from what I recall, she has held her position here for quite some time. Chances are she can provide us with some insights. Go and ask your questions. I will help with drawing out answers if need be, but I leave the choice of topic up to you. Questions for me? Well, I suppose I have no other pressing duties at the moment. The following event cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any... Oh. Begin asking Oh, shoot. Alright, well, here goes. Greeting, Ismen. My friend here is desperately curious about Chief Hermes, and I was wondering if you might indulge him. Certainly, Mistress Vanat. Anything to be of service? What do you wish to know? His interests? Well, he is an authority of flying life forms, and he has expansive knowledge of living creatures in general. Is that what you wish to know? How would you describe him as a person, as a colleague? He's a quiet man, reserved you might say, and occasionally somewhat poor with his choice of words. His reticent nature, however, does not prevent him from carrying out his duties as Chief Overseer. I hope that answers your question. Was there anything else? I cannot right say. As a Chief's personal creation, Meteon has not been subjected to observation and study like other concepts. So one day she was simply there. And what do you make of her abilities? I understand that she's a highly unusual familiar, able to read emotions and communicate directly with one's mind. Exactly how she was created with that talent, however, is a mystery to me. My apologies. I wish I could explain her nature in more depth, but I've not had occasion to discuss it with Chief Hermes. Do you wish to know him better? Oof, let's just go straight for the kill. Do you trust him? I beg your pardon? I've known Chief Hermes for many years, though I cannot say we are close. He has never withheld information to the detriment of our duties, if that's what you mean. Forgive us, we seem to have veered slightly off course here, so I shouldn't have chosen that one, huh? Is there someone else perhaps who could tell us more about Meteon? That would be Timaeus. He has a similar expertise with flying concepts and is more than eager to discuss the subject. You'll find him conducting his observations on the banks of the stream, somewhere to the east. Oh, and unless you take particular joy in rambling discourse, I suggest you keep your questions concise. We shall keep that in mind. Thank you for your patience and your insight. Think nothing of it. If there is aught else you need during your stay, please don't hesitate to ask. Come, Vance. I think we've taken enough of Ismen's time. Was there a right or wrong answer? Ooh, sparkle. Our investigation is off to a fine start, wouldn't you agree? From here, I propose we split up. I shall continue making inquiries with the resident observers. If you could track down the colleague Ismen mentioned. Not on the map. Okay, cool. Although I felt compelled to take the reins of that previous conversation, your fearless style of interrogation will eventually lead you to the answers you seek. All right, good. All I ask is that you watch your footing around the stream. We can meet back here once you finish speaking with this Timaeus. Timaeus. It's all the same to me.
Oh, shoot. Erato. WoW's beta is available to download now, apparently. Right on. Hell yeah, man. Crash, how are you, bud? Yes, yes, I'm Timaeus, but please keep your voice down. You'll startle the birds. Following... Okay, I can't be skipped. Right on. Hope that's treating you well. So, what is it you wish to speak about? Is it true that you're an expert on flying creations? What do you think of Chief Hermes' flying creations? A fellow enthusiast, are you? We'll settle in and we can discuss the finer points of this fascinating craft. My deep and abiding love for avian artistry can be tracked back to when I was but a young boy, stricken by the transcendent beauty of a glorious, golden-feathered creature my father had designed. It was then and there that I vowed to one day surpass that masterpiece. Timeout launches into a rambling and oh shit, she told me to be concise. That's my bad. And thus did I secure an observer's role here in Elpis, and at last realize my childhood ambition. Here the dreams I once dreamed are an everyday reality in which I find fulfillment through the research and creation of new flying life forms. An abridged recounting of events, as was doubtless to your disappointment, is there any specific part you would like me to expound upon? You were hoping for my opinion on Chief Hermes' creations, then why didn't you say so? Those beings which soar through the clouds, majestic and grateful, are ever a favorite of creators. Even now, with so many varieties in existence, the flood of newly imagined concepts continues unabated. What sets a chief's creations apart, however, is how they benefit from his boundless knowledge of the celestial realm. Birds that climb so high that they disappear from view, others which traverse the boundless sky in moments, in all without riding the currents. I know of none save he who can conceive of such marvels. Even we who prize elegance of form above all else are dumbfounded by his genius. My opinion on that matter would be superficial at best. Despite my admiration for Meteon as a concept, I have never delved too deeply into the inner workings of her nature. I know that she was a gift for communicating via emotions, but otherwise her abilities are a mystery to me. So then I wonder, and don't confirm or deny, please. So if it's via Dynamis, I wonder if because Hermes knows the fate of all creations, returning to the stars, if maybe he's trying to find a way to repopulate? I don't know. That's it. That's all I got. Just talking aloud. If Chief Hermes should choose to submit Meteon's concept to the Bureau of the Architect, then will the design be registered for public scrutiny? Analyzing a colleague's creation before that step is frowned upon, to say the least. Of course, if he came to me, a fellow artisan, looking for advice, that would be an entirely different story. I can tell you more of Meteon's nature if you'd like. Do you know of Dynamis and Enteleches? Achoo! Bless you. Dynamis and Enteleches. Those terms do sound vaguely familiar. Was there not a flower made here in Elpis which exhibited properties of one or the other? It must have been centuries since last I heard anyone speak of such things. Has there been a resurgence in interest? Then why bring up the subject? I'm flattered that you sought my insight, but I cannot afford to neglect my duties to the sake of idle chatter. Now, I really must return to my observations. Surely you have your own tasks to attend to. God damn it, bro. Yeah, dude most certainly is a yapper, and then he's like, I don't want to yap anymore. Well, okay. Yes. A minotaur? he's trying to devise a way to save his people. Make it to another star and start anew, repopulate there. Maybe that's why... I don't know, the moon? I will say when they say return to the star, they mean the planet. Emmett's seat is actually the one who watches over the ethereal sea, which is where souls go after dying. Oh, return to the star, they mean the planet. So actually, like, return to the, like, feet on the ground planet. It's not just, like, a euphemism for, like, returning to, like, the current, like, the life stream. They don't go off into space. Okay. No. The life stream is inside the planet. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, like, I was just thinking maybe, like, I don't know. No, because if he just said that they don't go off into space, then never mind. Ah, good timing. I finished my own investigations not long ago. So, have you any new findings to share? I see. Even an expert in the field had little understanding of Meteon's capabilities, let alone an awareness of Dynamis. My questions resulted in much the same answers. Hermes' colleagues view Meteon as his personal project and could provide no details beyond those which you just told me. Which leads me to believe that the only person with any significant knowledge of Dynamis is Hermes himself. Yes, we've made some progress here, but more information is needed if we are to reach any definitive conclusions. At present, the strongest link we have to the final days is the power of Dynamis, and the entelechies which control it, Gesundheit. Yet most scholars are only vaguely aware of these terms, let alone study them in any depth. Except for Hermes, it seems. Thus, I'm inclined to stay our current course and learn all we can about the Chief Overseer and his familiar. And on that subject, was there aught else of note that you can tell me about Meteon, aside from her unorthodox method of communication? There are more like her. She has... Yeah, she and her sisters were created to journey to the stars and search for intelligent life. Oh, shit, dude. Ground war? I rather wish you had mentioned that earlier. In any event, would you care to elaborate? So these siblings of hers now travel the great expanse in search of deeper meaning. Thank you, though the mystery at hand remains unresolved, I feel you've touched upon a vital clue, one we can keep in mind as we continue. Hey, Death God, thank you very much for hanging. Have a good night's sleeps, dude. But yeah, like the quest text just said, he told us why she was getting launched into space. Find intelligent life. Next, I propose we take ourselves to Perpetua Crystalline. Not far from here, just follow the path to the west. That's it. I'm taking it off. Robes off. Sun's out, guns out. Let's rock. They know why I'm here. I let them know. I can't be like trying to blend in anymore. All right? They know what's going on. Cosplay over. Yep. I told them the truth. I told them what was going on, even though Elidibus told me not to tell them what was going on. So we definitely didn't listen to him. And now, yep, the cat's out of the bag. They know who I am. You better run.
This tower and the one further along are both part of Perpetua Crystalline, the facility where they archive all of Elpis's observational and testing records. He told us we couldn't change the past, as in it was impossible to do that, not that we shouldn't. Wait, so he told us that we couldn't change the past, as in it was impossible to do, not that we shouldn't. Oh, okay, yeah. But in telling them of what happens in the future, it could alter future events, which is what he didn't want us to do, right? Like, in order to prevent final days, we couldn't, like, start trying to, like, manipulate things in the past. Their future's not ours? Okay. Oh, right. Avengers rules. My bad. Right. Despite how they appear from the outside, that interior is actually a vast area of magically interconnected spaces, which, while fascinating, is not the reason we are here, is it? I shall cut my architectural lesson short and see what those two archivists have to share. If you could find someone to speak with over the tower, I shall join you there anon. Calamaleo Sephoros. Sounds like a meal you'd get at like a Viva Trattoria, an Italian restaurant in Boston. You have questions for me? Certainly. Just a moment while I conclude my current appointment. Indeed, so if you could provide a comprehensive log of those behaviors, we should then have sufficient data for our official records. It's probably just a coincidence because you can see characters with similar facial hair. But if that didn't look like a short-haired Urianger underneath that mask, then I'm a fucking lunatic. Now, what was it you wished to speak with me about? The Chiefs oversee his personal research project, and by that I assume you mean Meteon. Such undocumented studies are difficult to track. After all, hardly a day goes past without seeing a researcher trailed by one creation or another. I'm afraid I cannot tell you exactly when Meteon appeared, only that she now spends much of her time in Chief Hermes' side. Although I do recall an interesting tale my dearest Galeen shared with me. Galeen is my partner and fellow researcher here in Elpis. She was returning late one night when she caught sight of Chief Hermes sending Meteon... She caught sight of Chief Hermes sending Meteon heavensward, a host of them. For several days, she would speak of that scene with wonder, describing it as one of the most beautiful spectacles she had ever witnessed. That sounds like a story I should like to hear. That was like just seeing Heavensward in text. That's like the equivalent of, you know, a character in a movie saying like the title of the movie. You're like, oh, Mistress Fanat, I thought you'd already returned to the surface.
Permit me to thank you again for your invaluable contribution to our concept placement proposal.
Pray, do not mention it. As you say, my original plan was to leave after that task, but I've since become engrossed with Chief Hermes' research. Would you favor me with a retelling of this sight which so delighted your Galeen?
Of course. Or you could hear it from her lips directly if you prefer. At present, she should be observing a subject in Metabesos Thalassy. She does enjoy her time there, watching the sea creatures hunt and play, gazing upon the salty waters of the world's oceans recreated in such sublime detail. The other bit of information that I just keep hanging on to for better or for worse is, like, they have the ability, or there is an ability to alter memories. I imagine you must find similar joy in indulging your boundless curiosity, Mistress Venat. Even though such pursuits must continually and regretfully delay your return to the star.
Indeed, they do.
'Tis a rest well deserved and long overdue, I should think. How greatly have we prospered for the wisdom you accumulated during your travels as Azem. And what would Elpis be without your earlier academic work? The theories you developed served as the basis for many techniques still in use today. Man is a creature of contemplation, but none embody that nature with as much enduring passion as you. I dare say that there is no soul alive more worthy of a return. I shall rejoice the day you depart on your final journey.
I will be honored. Well, shall we take this opportunity to meet with Galeen in person?
Then allow me to reconfigure the door to the archives here. It will take you up the Skyway and spare you the need to avoid hostile concepts on the ground.
That would be most helpful, thank you.
I have opened the pathway to the Skyway. Once you pass through the door, simply walk straight across to the next tower and ask for admittance to the upper tier. Upon arriving at the upper tier, walk straight across the Skyway and you will find yourself at the entrance of Metabesos Thalassy. Galeen will be eager to share her tale with you, I'm sure. I mean, some of these names of places is just straight up gobbledygook. That it is so complicated to say, and that's it. So, that's all I got. Greek. It's something, man. Tzatziki? Greatest thing I've ever had Greek related.
Mistress Venat just passing through. Then allow me to prepare the path. If you need further assistance, there is always an observer or two out on the upper Skyway.
It's just a gorgeous area, man. And she, yeah, and okay, so Medion was focused up there on that straight ahead. Like, there's no chance. No, because we're somewhere completely different, right? Like I was gonna say, there's no chance that this is like that area in Heaven's Ward where Race Falgar was. Like, I don't know. No. It's just me trying to draw on parallels that probably aren't there. Mistress Renard, I was not told to expect, we would have prepared an official welcome. Please, there's no need for fanfare. I only wish to speak with Galeen, if that might be arranged. Yes, Galeen, of course. I will inform her immediately. But she may be engaged in a testing phase. You could be in for something of a wait. Should I let her know your business is urgent? Elizabeth said Elpis was nothing but ruins in our time, and barely that, so, not... It's not... No, not Azus La. I was, I can't... Hang on. Wait, watch this. Ready? That won't be necessary. This lovely view will keep us occupied until she is ready to receive us. Yeah, churning mists. That's what I was thinking.
A delightful breeze and a breathtaking view.
Okay.
What is it like in the future? Is the world still a beautiful place? Dark, hidden places, rife with danger. Those have an altogether different, but no less powerful sort of appeal. While we wait, will you not tell me about your adventures? Well, not the portentous events which led you here, but the simple delights all your own. By learning about the future world, I may gain insight into future me's plans. But more than that, I have an interest simply as a fellow traveler. Short of going somewhere oneself, there's naught more stirring than hearing another's account.
Which side quest am I sharing? Am to poor keep.
Incredible. Would that I could have been there to see it.
No, you know what? The sunken temple of Karn. Those stupid one-hit fucking hornets.
Yours is a harsh and unforgiving
The one-tap
world.
hornets.
Yet in spite of this, your brethren hold fast to their virtue. To know that the light of mankind's potential still shines, even in that faraway place, it gives me heart. Thank you for regaling me with your tales. I will treasure every word. As you know, I was once a scholar. And among other things, I sought to understand the workings of the world. What exactly is ether? How formed the laws of nature? Whence sprung mankind? Riddles and mysteries beyond counting. Over the years, I have managed to find answers to some few of them. Yet rather than attain a sense of mastery, the more I understood, the more I came to hold the world and its miracles in awe. We too are miracles, each and every one of us, born of the warm breath of life that traverses the heavens, swirling through eternity.
I mean, there was a
When I
warm
fully
something that created me, and it
grasped the
wasn't in the
improbability
sky,
of our
tell you that much.
existence, nothing felt impossible anymore. If it could be imagined, It could be done. A passion swelled within me. An epiphany dispelling all preconceptions of what was natural and true. And a presence without. Immense, yet intimate. Fate, perhaps, holding us in its tender embrace. As reassuring as it was intimidating. How keenly aware I became of creation's fragility, built as it is upon precarious happenstance. I was overcome with an irrepressible urge to know the world more intimately, to hear its voice, feel its breath. I ventured forth on a journey that very day.
She said 2 out of
So
the 3
very long
things.
ago now. Freed from presumption and prejudice, I saw the world through a newborn's eyes. Everything fresh and new, and so beautiful. Lands that stretched on forever. Skies one could drown in. The heartbeat of nature, silent yet strong. And amidst it all a people. Beacons of light and life. Laughter that warmed my heart like naught else before. They are my meaning, and my purpose, my love. And so long as they need help, I cannot return to the star. Perhaps my future self is still waiting for it. A moment she can let go and walk unto the end. Safe in the knowledge that man will find his own way. You, who are our future, tell me this, and tell me true. Has your journey been good? Has it been worthwhile?
Fucking great, dude. All the ups and downs. It's been fantastic.
Pray forgive my lateness. My observation subject was rather irritable, and it took a while to settle it down.
No need to apologize. Your work takes precedence. Besides, we had a pleasant conversation in the meantime.
You're too kind. Now then, I'm told you wished to ask me some questions.
Indeed. I've an interest in one of Hermes' creations. Meteon. You witnessed a host of them take flight, yes?
Oh, that! Yes, I did. 'Twas in the dark of the morn. I'd left the Thalassai after nocturnal observation. As I walked along, I spied a bright light climbing high into the southeastern skies. Then, in an instant, it was gone. Like a shooting star, only rising rather than falling. But then another shot up, then another, and another. Intrigued, I made my way to the edge to investigate. And who should I spy on an isle to the south but Hermes and Meteon, the Matea, rather. There were lots of them, and I realized they must be the shooting stars that I'd seen.
A dazzling spectacle indeed. Have you spoken with Hermes about this?
Oh, yes. The sight left such an impression on me that I approached him about his mystery project the very next day. Alas, he said that he couldn't reveal anything just yet, that he needed to conduct further tests. It shouldn't be long now, though. He often returns to that isle, and I have a feeling
He's nearing a breakthrough.
Okay, so that's why Meteon was focused on it.
Splendid. We are likewise eager for the details. Well, that is all we wish to ask. Thank you for taking the time to indulge our curiosity.
You're very welcome. It's always a pleasure to speak with other inquisitive souls. Oh, and will you be descending now? If so, I shall link the doors for you.
Please.
Damn, some seriously good exposition from her. Like, really, really good. Like, it's you know, it's become very common in 14. Just the writing is fantastic. And for all the words that I get tripped up on that look overly complicated, I can't pronounce to save my life, like what, but like the most, like at least most of like the main characters' dialogue, it's like, it's super duper good. Like, it's super well done. It's all very well written. Like, I was deep in the feels, man. She's just looking out over the balcony, just like talking, and it's like I'm captivated by the conversation. That chick couldn't have showed up at a worse time, because she just like cut the, it wasn't tense, like it wasn't tension, but I was just like, I was so enthralled with the conversation that we were having. It was super fucking good, man.
So another piece of the puzzle falls into place. From what we've learned thus far, I think we can safely conclude that Hermes hasn't been revealing the details of his research to others, which suggests that either someone will appropriate his discoveries and make use of them, or that Hermes himself will have a hand in causing the final days. Since we have no reason yet to suspect the former,
oh. What if Hermes is the one that what if Hermes is the one that creates Zodiark, and in turn Vanat creates Heidelin? Holy shit, that'd be something.
Since we have no reason yet to suspect the former, we should consider the latter and more likely possibility, proceeding under the assumption our next step should be to divine why, or even if he might desire such a terrible fate for our star.
Yeah, okay, this is perfect. If I remember correctly, they said Hermes was one of the main architects for... Oh, okay! No shit. And so... And they want... Right, so they want... Oh, dear. Because they want Hermes to replace Fandaniel. But have they really, like, have they explained why? Or maybe not replace Fandaniel, but just, like, the seat next, like the, you know, the lieutenant, something like that? I don't know. This song is a vibe, because current Fandaniel wants to die. Right. Current Fandaniel in our future, but what about the Fandaniel here? Unless the current Fandaniel here wants to die. Like, unless that's what it is. No one here wants to die, so they are here to recruit Hermes. Right. And is going to work with Fandaniel, right? to take this seat. Okay. The incumbent Fandaniel at this point in time felt he's fulfilled his duty and is looking for a successor. Okay. And he is going to go into the stars. Not into the stars, but yeah, okay. Really good. Like, there had been a couple of times, at least in tonight's stream, where like I felt myself like maybe once be like, dude, I'm like, is there gonna be any action? Like, are we gonna do some fighting? But I like that thought just quickly left my mind because all of the exposition, like all of the dialogue has been great for like the wheels spinning. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's been good for brain juice. Like, Venat was a Zem before she gave it up. Right. So Fandaniel here is going to give it up, and they're trying to recruit Hermes. And then I'm trying to piece together stuff in our future. Why Fandaniel wants to die and everybody with him. Hence the final days. I don't know. I know. We'll find out eventually. Yo, Baku's back? Whoa, Mr. Baku. That's the big question. Facts. Baku-san OG. Hell yeah, man. No, I didn't do it right. There we go. Got it right that time. I was batting 1,000 tonight, but yeah, so we're going to go see Baku. Haven't seen him in a little bit. I know he was just recently on a trip to the east, and he is playing Ender Magnolia, which looks like a real unique side-scroller. I don't know, what the heck is the Hades-esque kind of? No, not Hades. I can't think of it, but either way. Archie Metroidvania. Yeah. Yo, Zach, no thanks necessary, man. Thank you guys for being here. But yeah, we'll go see Baku, say what's up, see how he's been doing, and yeah, man, full speed ahead. We'll be back after it again tomorrow night, so enjoy the rest of your guys' morning, afternoon, evening, whatever it is. If you're getting snow tomorrow like we are, you know, tie up your boots really, really tight. And don't get any snow inside your socks, because that's a horrible, horrible feeling. Skulls Howl, thank you so much for the follow, bud. Welcome to Brutopia. It's a pleasure to meet you. Gamria, have a good one. We got ice today. Yuck. Yeah, we're supposed to get a lot of snow. I'm sure it'll be miserable, but, you know, we'll deal. But we'll see you tomorrow night. We'll do it some more. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay excellent. Phil, feel better. Bye, guys.